I'm Danny Solomon.
Robert Dean.
Hi, I'm Tom Sibley, member of MeatSteak.
Nick Maritato, how are you?
I'm Sachi Ezra.
We are a bunch of stand-ups who decided to start writing longer pieces and doing sort of sketch stuff, sort of bigger stuff, and just whatever we felt like doing for a while.
There were two ways in which they described themselves initially.
Comedy Collective.
Comedy Collective.
Which is the marketable one.
Professional Comedy Best Friends.
Which is the one with a lot of heart.
It's more fun.
Yeah,
Fun one.
it's more fun to listen to.
It's more fun to be best friends.
So it was, we're all stand-ups, friends, and we decided to do something with it.
Well, you're a lot of times in stand-up, you're just kind of doing stand-up day in and day out, and trying to figure out when, that one day is when something good will happen or something, big will happen. And a lot of people just sit there waiting for a really long time. We didn't want to wait. We wanted to start doing something else. And this, sketch, the easiest thing in the world to do. So we decided, why not go bigger, smarter, stronger, do better things.
Harder.
Yeah.
Much harder.
And, ultimately become the greatest at whatever we do. I'm not saying it's happened yet.
Best Comedy Collective.
Best group of professional comedy best friends.
Best Comedy Best Friends.
Because no one has the balls or the heart to describe themselves that way.
So three cool dudes, Nick, Neil, and Sean, were hanging out in Bushwick, and there's a deli, and you guys were writing...
Bushwick is a little neighborhood in Brooklyn for
Yes.
everybody overseas.
Oh, yeah.
You have a
We
lot
were
of
just
overseas
writing. We
ones?
went to go get. I wanted to buy, a drink or something. We went in there and it was on the menu. It was something called MeatSteak, and we laughed about it for 8 seconds, which is long enough to base an entire career off of. We are all stand-ups,
Yeah.
and I don't know. I'm sure we like them. Whenever you're performing, whatever is going well at the time, I'm sure is what everybody likes to do. Like when you're crushing on stage, which we do on our solo acts. Personally, when I'm doing that, I'm like, I'm never gonna fucking talk to those guys again. This is the best. And then as soon as it's over, you just feel deflated, and you're like, where are my friends? And and then MeatSteak the same thing. We've done a couple of shows now, and they go really well, and you get off stage, and you're like, well, what are we wasting our times? We are geniuses, and then that deflates, and you write a new joke. So I don't know. I guess it bounces back and forth.
Yeah, I think I like them for different reasons, and I think it is one hand, like, kind of holding the other. The stand-up, because we've all had more experience in stand-up than we have anything else, I think that really helped our sketch and our show stuff. And just in performance and writing, and the same vice versa, I think that doing this and writing for this and playing these roles has helped us in stand-up, too.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things about each of us doing stand-up is that's where we got to know each other, so that's where we figured out what each other does best in a group. So each one of us in our plays and performances and everything that we've ever done, we have like kind of a niche that we fill that together has ended up being really good each time. Like the way we interact is funny.
And I'm a classically trained actor, so I bring a lot of Shakespeare to the table and a lot of just technique.
And Law and Order appearances.
Law and Order appearances, that kind of thing. I like to think I'm the technique guy.
He's also the 31-year-old divorcee of the group. Well, we did this show already once, and a lot of people liked it, and so then we decided to go back and redo a lot of things just to make them funnier and punch them up. And the show's about
the real reason is just originally we had Sean O'Connor in it, who is a member, and he's now in LA. So we had an entire part of the show that we couldn't do. We wanted to do it again, and he wasn't gonna be able to come back, so we had to actually gut the whole script and kind of write around his character. And with that, we added more things in and new stuff. So if people went and saw the original one that was at the Creek in the Cave in Long Island City, last year, you're getting the same sort of show, but it's not exactly the same show. And I personally think it's funnier because it's a second draft, just minus a character that was unfortunate we had to lose, but it's just something that we had to work at. It's actually kind of interesting, writing technique, to have something go well and then have to change it in such a big way and try to make that go better.
the four of us originally, we die under horrible circumstances, and then basically two of us go to heaven, two of us go to hell, and it's just how wacky each afterlife is. I mean, each of us have like our own arc.
It's a creepy story of friendship.
Yeah,
It is.
And it is rated R.
it's
It's kind of dirty, but not crass. Is it crass?
I mean,
At times.
it's crass in a
It's
very.
touching at times.
Yeah.
It's in
It's
a
touching at
clever, sophisticated.
There's
discussion.
an actual story arc that I think pays off in a big way at the end, and I haven't seen it like our audience saw it the first time, but I've talked to people and they said they actually followed this story. I mean, I think it's tough to write comedy that's really funny on stage and actually people care about the story and the characters. I think we pulled that off.
I mean,
and come and find out. That's good. to say.
one person actually told me that at one point during the show, close to tears.
Yeah.
I mean, not tears, close to tears.
And I think that's the surprise is that, you go in with a comedy show, a bunch of stand-ups, you don't really expect something that has a point to it throughout it all. But it is, I'm going to use the word epic.
It's an epic.
Yeah. It's the best thing that's ever happened.
I think so, too.